All right, this video is brought to you by Cambofoto. Cambofoto sent us a 74-inch camera tripod. It's a professional aluminum heavy-duty tripod for cell phones, cameras, DSLRs, mirrorless cameras. It even came with a travel bag. The particular one we got is in orange. With this tripod, it actually can hold weight up to 8.8 pounds. It folds up to like 19 inches. It's about 2, 3 pounds itself. It has a 360-degree adjustment of the head. It's a travel tripod. It has very smooth movement. It's aluminum. We got the orange one, like I said before. With this particular one as well, it has a spear level and a panhandle, and it has a monopod built into it. Just pull out the center section, and it has adjustable legs. I've been using this tripod for a couple of weeks now, just to test it, just to make sure everything was good. This tripod came with a cell phone holder. It came with the base that you can use for portrait style camera, and it came with 2 extra mounting plates. If you're interested in this tripod and want to know more about it, please check our link in the description below. Back to the video.
Welcome to Rolling with the Rileys.
All right, welcome to Rolling with the Rileys. Today we're going to winterize the camper. Unfortunately, we are in a cold climate, so we're in the Midwest. And in the Midwest, we got like 6 or 7 months that we can camp. So now we actually, it's towards the end of October, early November. We have to winterize, and what we do to winterize up here is we use this stuff here. This is what we use, which is RV and Marine Antifreeze. And then so there's a couple of different ways to do it. The way we're going to do it is, we have done it other ways as well, but there's a way where you blow it out, you hook up an airline, and you blow all the water out, and then you pretty much done on that. Then the way we're going to do it is, since we already drained all our tanks anyway, it may be some residual water in the actual lines of the RV. We're going to take and we're going to pump this through our city water connection, and we just push it through the RV. So before I do that, I'm gonna go inside and I'm going to turn off or disengage the water tank. There's a valve that you turn off to disengage, so you don't have to put 6 gallons of this stuff in here. All right, so let's follow me inside. So our camper is at storage. And so that's what you see, that's why I had to climb up and all that, but that's storage. And the battery is off, everything is off, so we just get prepared for everything to be winterized. So our tank is under here, in this section here. I can get in here. Under this plywood. I wish I could put a hole in the plywood. Maybe I should do that myself. Put a little hole in the plywood. But here's the tank. So on the tank, there's a shutoff valve. Gate valve, whatever you want to call it. Or you can bypass valve. That's probably the technical term for it. So right here. See, so I'm going to bypass that. Bypass it right here. So I'm going to bypass it by turning it up. Now the tank has been bypassed. And that's pretty much all you do for that. I've already drained the tank outside. I did that earlier. There's a little knob or some things outside that you do. You take out, put a little plug, and then you can drain the tank. But that's that. Now it's time to go ahead and I'm going to hook this up right here. This is what I have It's a Campo. It's a little winterized kit where you take and you hook this plug up to your city water connection. Just screw it in as such. Screw it in as such. And then you take your antifreeze, which is not open, so I'm gonna take my trusty buck knife, which if you've been watching the videos, you know I take it everywhere with me. Open it up. And you take it and you just stick that in there. You stick that in there. And all you do is you just pump. It sucks it up into the pump here. There you go. You just push that through the lines, just like that. You open the valves up already?
I closed the back. I turned it back off. Turn it back on. All right. Hey Neil, should I flush the toilet? The sinks are good. The tub is good. Do I need to flush the toilet to make sure that's good? Yes, in the sinks, but I didn't do the toilet. Should I flush the toilet?
Yeah, go ahead and flush the toilet. Hold on. Go ahead and flush the toilet. Go ahead and flush the toilet. Let me pump this in. The rest of this out.
And I got the sink still open now.
All right, now since we have pumped almost all of that into the water, the water lines of the RV, I'm going to take the rest of this and pour it like in the toilet, some in a little bit in the sink, a little bit in the tub, and all the sinks in here. So, come on. All right. So it's kind of tight in here because that's how RVs are. They're kind of tight. But we're going to go ahead and flush the toilet, get all the remaining water that's in the toilet. If you can see it, we're going to get that flushed. So there's no water coming out. And now we're going to take and pour this in there. And that's already got some pink coming out. There's pink coming out of the sink here. Pink coming out of the tub. Are the valves open here?
On the tub, yes. Just the cold.
All right, so I'm closing the valve there. I already closed one on the sink here. Just pour a little bit in there just to make sure. And I pitched the camper, I raked it back a little bit. So when I raked the camper back a little bit, oh, there you go. Now you can see. Now since I raked the camper back a little bit, so in the wintertime when it snows and all of that, the snow won't just settle on. Well, it'll settle on top, but it gives the snow somewhere to drain off, and it's going to drain to the lowest point. All right. So now I'm about to take the battery out of the battery compartment here. So if you got any kind of like batteries for your impacts or drills or anything like that, it's not a good idea to leave them in the camper. So let's go ahead and take that out. So we're gonna take the battery out. So got a little code here. Let me go ahead and get this out. So if you watch any of our previous videos, you know that I switched everything to keyless. We don't have any keys for our camper. Everything is on the codes, and that works for us. All right, so there's the battery. I've already turned it off. I installed this battery disconnect last year. Well, early this year. I got it turned off here. So let's go ahead and take the battery out of here. So I had some tools at home. I have a whole bunch of tools at home, but you know, family members and everybody always giving you tools. When they see you got tools, they give you a lot more. So this was an extra tool kit that I had at home. It was just sitting at home. I didn't use it, but it was perfect for the RV, so I threw it in the RV. So that's a pro tip. You got extra tools laying around and it's sitting in the house. You got an RV, put it in your RV, because I've used this tool kit more than I ever used it ever. So let's start off by taking this off. So that's actually a 13 millimeter. So let's go get that off. And try not to touch the metal part when you're taking the battery out. Try not to touch metal on metal. So if you on the terminal, if you're on a positive, negative terminal, try not to touch any of the metal part when you're taking it off. So let's go ahead and do that. They're taking off. Another tip as well is when you take these off, put the screws back. And if you notice, one thing I've done is I left these covers on them just so I can keep them covered like that. So when I take it off, it stay covered. So now I can take this and set this over to the side here, and I can do the positive side. A little bit here. Now the positive side is off. I'm gonna always return your screws back to where they were. Gotta worry about looking for them next year when you get ready to hook the battery up. Take that, set that on top. Set these cables out the way. Get these cables out the way for a second. And then we bought a battery. When we bought ours came with a grab handle. So this is not like a car battery. This thing is extremely heavy. And there's the battery. All right. So let's put all these wires back in there, tuck them back in here. Just like so. And then put the lid back on it. And what I'm going to do is to keep these from rusting out, set those in there as well. Now these cushions, these are just sanding blocks, but they're old sanding blocks. I needed something so the battery won't be jiggling around here. So I use that as like a little cushion to keep the battery in one spot. So we'll set that in there. Put that there. There. And there you go. So now the battery has been taken out. Now we got to go to check some more pieces here. On the water tank, there's another part that you need to also, you can also take your water tank over here. The water tank back here. So some people have tankless units. Ours still has a 6-gallon tank. So you open that up. And this needs to come out. I've already done it. I've already taken it out and let the water drain out. And then when you let it drain, you open this up, and that'll make the water drain out faster. But I've already done it. So this has already been drained and ready to go. Now I'll just close this back up. And then under here, the low point drains. We've already done it. That's already done. But since I put the fluid in it already, I don't need to open these up. I just make sure they still sealed. They still sealed. The RC Fest video, we was boondocking. So we did have to use the first water tank. So I did drain all the water out of in the low point drain here. I did. But you never really get it all out. You get some residuals. So I'm just going to pour some of this in there. Just so we can have some protection from your freezing. Just pour a little bit. Oh, I spilled some. Just a little bit. Because I know it ain't nothing in there, but I just want to keep that in there just in case. All right. So now, let's check. So, city water connection. All the lines been filled with antifreeze. Fresh water got a little bit in there. All the tanks are dumped. The black tank and the gray tank, they're dumped already. Here, the water valve, water tank is dumped as well. The low point drains are closed. So now I just take it and I do this. So we have an entire cover for it, but I don't want to get up on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on there as well. So these came with the cover. These are the tire covers.
Yeah, that looks better.
Huh? Yeah,
So that looks better. That looks like it makes.
I don't know if you can see it or not. This is our spare tire. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Should have went on the other side.
You throw this on here, and then I get out the way and show you what it looks like. It fits on there, but not as well as I wanted to. So in that case, I'm gonna leave it off. There's already a cover on it. You can check back there and see what the cover looks like. So that's the other side there. Outside.
Okay.
All right. So now I put the spare tires on there. Spare tire covers on there. I'm sorry, spare tire covers. I guess it helps the tires from freezing because it's got a little cover in it. A little felt in it. Help the tires from freezing. So I've already put them on the other side as well. So let's go do the checklist. Water lines, check. Fresh water tank, check. Low point drains, done. Tire covers, check. Battery removed, check. Water tank, bypass, empty, check. Anything else I'm forgetting?
No.
That's basically how you winterize an RV the quick and dirty way. It's just simple. There's a lot of videos out there that say do all these extra. You don't have to do all of that. As long as you go through that little simple checklist I just gave you, you're done. Any questions, just let us know. All right, folks, don't forget, rollingwiththeRileys.com. We still have Rolling with the Riley t-shirts here. We got the rectangle logo here. We have the one with Rolling with the Rileys here on the front. We have all colors for men, women, and children. We even have baby gear. There's also bears, bibs, things for your animals or your furry friend. Go to rollingwiththeRileys.com. Check out our merch.
All right, so my interior winterization. The interior winterization kind of started at the end of our last trip already, so it's not a whole lot of stuff for me to walk through on the inside. So I'll just show you a few things that I did do for winterization that I typically don't do at the end of every trip. So let me flip the camera around. All right, so first thing, of course, is getting rid of any of our health and beauty stuff like soaps, lotions, anything that could potentially freeze or explode. I got rid of that. It's all taken out of the camper. The only thing left in here is like backup loofahs, maybe a few pieces of bar soap, but anything that I felt was able to explode, freeze, whatever the case may be, I took it out of the camper. So that was number one, especially for the bathroom area. Anything that has that potential, I went ahead and took it out. Another thing that I did put in here, and I got it up here because we was just putting the antifreeze in, is I used the Grandpa Gus's mouse repellent pouches, and I just put them on the floor, random places of the bathroom. I try to focus on the low points of the camper, because of course that's where you can have rodents entering. Thank God we don't have any rodents. We haven't had any experiences with that, and I don't want any experiences with that. So I just make sure that I put those down at the end of each camping season for winterization. As for the kitchen area, so when it comes to the kitchen area, what I do is, of course, I don't leave any food in my camper. That's a biggie. Even in between during camping season, no food will be left in this camper. So as you can see, I just got everything stored and packed up in here. No food whatsoever. No seasonings, none of that. No food. And then I put dryer sheets in here as well. So I got dryer sheets as well as Grandpa Gus all throughout the camper just to help deter with any rodents or, insects or anything like that come in to find a house in the camper while we're away. Refrigerator has been cleaned. So as far as winterization in the refrigerator, I just put one of these in there, one of the Arm & Hammer refrigerator things, refrigerator baking soda pouches, just to keep the fridge and the freezer fresh in between the camping season. So as you can see, I got one in the refrigerator as well. So at the end of my last camping trip, I disinfected the refrigerator and the freezer with my vinegar and Dawn dish soap solution. I dried everything up just to make sure that there was no mold, and then I just placed the Arm & Hammer baking soda, and then I put a few dryer sheets in here as well, just to, again, I don't like animals, bugs, mice, any of that. So that's what I did.
I don't like them either, so glad you did all of that.
In the kitchen, just because I know my oven is used for cooking, I put dryer sheets in the oven. I put dryer sheets on the stove. I tried to put dryer sheets anywhere where I felt that a mouse would be like, "Ooh, there's food here." So I tried to just any of those areas with scent. I even got dryer sheets in all of our cabinets. And at the end of the camping season, I went in and just put fresh ones. So I keep them in there throughout the year. But once I'm getting ready to winterize, I'll go through, get rid of the old ones, put brand new dryer sheets in each of the cabinets, each of the storage cabinets, just to make sure that we don't have any issues. I got Grandpa Gus under the table. Like I said, under all the low points, I put Grandpa Gus. I stuck dryer sheets in couches. I stuck them on the beds. I put them in the closets. So that's pretty much what I do at the end for winterization. Like I said, it's really not too much different from what I do at the end of each of my camping trips, just because it's kind of straightforward in terms of making sure you don't leave food, making sure that you don't, leave anything that could freeze or burst with the different temperatures, especially here in Illinois. And then the last thing that I will do is put up our vent pillows. You think we need to put those up?
Yes.
Or
put the vent pillows up because it will help with the temperature control. It's going to be freezing a lot. So the more protection you have interiorly, the better it will be. So vent pillows up. So once you put the vent pillows up, we'll get them out. You can see them right there.
yeah, and so they came off of Amazon. They have different sizes, so just measure your vent space. And we have two of these, one for the bathroom and one for our vent. This right here. Let's go grab the other one. You just push it up in there, and it just goes right in. And be careful when you push it in there, because you don't want to break your screens, or especially in the bathroom, break your bathroom fan. So just be careful when you push it up in there. So I just get it in there so it's snug, but I'm not forcing it up in there where I'm, breaking the different components. This is behind the pillow. So right, and then I'll do the last one. And these right here, we use them sometimes when we're not in storage mode. Like if we decided to camp in the cold, we can use these to block this area to keep the camper a little bit warmer. And they work. They definitely work. So that's what we do there. But yeah, that's everything that I do. Of course, the beds, I strip all the beds. I take all of my linen off of the beds and make sure that's all removed. And that's the gist of what I do on the inside for winterization. So another thing that I put in here that I forgot to mention is the moisture collectors. So this one I actually got from, I'm not gonna tell you because they ain't give me no money, but I got them from a local store. And it just wicks away the moisture. So like during the winter when the temperatures is fluctuating, condensation comes into the trailer. So I have these around just to help grab the moisture. Again, I tuck them away in some of the different cabinets. I put them in the back, the front, and then also in the center of the trailer just to make sure we got all the areas covered. But I used these last year and they do their job. Like you could definitely tell that they're sucking in the moisture from the trailer while it's in storage. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that as well. Right. That's it. And just like that, y'all, we are winterized. 2025 camping season is coming to an end, but stay tuned. Just because we're not going to be camping, we still going to have some content for you guys. We got some fun things planned for this fall and winter season that you definitely don't want to miss. So stay locked in. We're rolling with the Rileys. RWR for life. Look at him saying bye-bye to the baby. Look at him. He's saying bye-bye. I think I saw a little tear, y'all.
Not bye-bye.
See you later. He's saying see you later. He in his feelings. One final check or see you later, whichever one you want to call it. Yep. But I see that little salty tear rolling down your face.
That's it.
And the whole time, the whole crew is with us. They chilling, playing the game, eating snacks and stuff. Must be nice. Thankfully, it wasn't too cold today, so.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Tell them again, make sure they heard them.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
You heard that? You heard me right?
Oh. While I have your attention, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all. We got 25,000 subscribers. When we first started the journey, I never knew we would be at 25,000 subscribers at this moment. So thank you all so much.
Like I said, although we're in storage, we still got some good content coming your way to show you some of the fun things to do in the Midwest in the wintertime and things like that. So stay tuned, stay locked in, keep rolling with the Rileys. And as my husband said, thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching and, loving us through our videos. And we love you guys through your watching and all of that. So take care.